Welcome to the next session of time value of money. Let me introduce the concept of annuity. Annuity. What is an annuity? A series of payments. Annuity means it consists of a series of payments. What does it mean actually? Let us see. Suppose you are staying in a rented accommodation. On a particular date of every month, a fixed amount you are paying as rent. That is an example of an annuity. Again, I am repeating this example. You are staying in a rented accommodation, and on a particular date of every month you are paying rent to your landlord. That is an example of an annuity. Look at this. When equal payments are made, at equal intervals of time, then it is called an annuity. When equal payments are made at equal intervals of time, then it is called an annuity. Look at the same one I am writing in another way. When equal payments are made at the end of equal intervals of time, then it is called an ordinary annuity. When equal payments are made at the end of equal intervals of time, then it is called an ordinary annuity. When equal payments are made at the beginning of equal intervals of time, then it is called annuity due. Next point. When equal payments are made at the end of equal intervals of time, forever, then it is called perpetuity. So three types of annuities we have: ordinary annuity, annuity due, and perpetuity. See, when will I call my annuity as ordinary annuity? When equal payments are made at the end of equal intervals of time, then it is called an ordinary annuity. When equal payments are made at the beginning of equal intervals of time, then it is called annuity due. When equal payments are made at the end of equal intervals of time forever, then it is called a perpetuity. Now, one more point to get from this: if it is an ordinary annuity or an annuity due, number of payments are finite. Again, I am repeating this point. When it is an ordinary annuity or an annuity due, in both the cases, number of payments are finite. Means there may be 10 payments, there may be 15 payments, there may be 20 payments, this way. But as far as perpetuity is concerned, the payments are going on forever. That is called perpetuity. That is the basic difference between these three. Again, one more time I am repeating, if the payments are at the end of the period, it is ordinary annuity. If the payments are at the beginning of the period, it is annuity due. And if the payments are at the end of the period but forever, it is a perpetuity. It is a perpetuity. Okay. Next point, sir, in simple interest and compound interest, we have problems related to finding the accumulated value or future value or amount. And again, problems which are related to present value or principal. Here also in annuity, we have two types of problems, amount problems and present value problems. How to calculate the accumulated value of an annuity? How to calculate the present value of an annuity? Now look at this. Amount of an ordinary annuity. Amount of an ordinary annuity. In case of ordinary annuity, your payments are at the end of a fixed interval of time. It may be at the end of 1 year or at the end of 6 months. It may be at the end of each quarter or it may be at the end of each month. Let us see a numerical example here. Then I'll give the formula for generalized result. This is end of first year. This is end of second year. This is end of third year. This is end of fourth year. This is end of 10th year. End of 10th year. How much you are depositing in a bank? Let us take 2000 rupees are deposited by a person. 2000 rupees are deposited by a person at the end of each year. So find the amount in his account at the end of 10th year. Look at this. This is deposited at the end of 10th year. There is no interest you will get on this. This 2000 is 2000 only. The payment preceding to this is end of 9th year. End of 9th year. 2000 rupees are deposited by you. End of the 9th year to end of the 10th year. End of the 9th year to end of the 10th year. It is in the bank for 1 year. On this 2000 you will get interest for 1 year. 200 into 1.07. Let us take 7% interest. And the payment preceding to this one is in the bank for 2 years. It will become 2000 into 1.07 whole square. Because in annuity the rate of interest is always the interest is always compound interest. One more time I am repeating this point. In case of annuity, it is compound interest concept. Therefore, 2000 rupees, 2000 rupees which are deposited at the end of the year, and you are withdrawing it at the end of 10th year. So this payment is in the bank for 2 years. So it will become 2000 into 1.07. This way you are proceeding. Look at this payment, first payment. End of the first year to end of the second year 1. End of the third year, end of the fourth year, end of the fifth year, end of the sixth year, end of the seventh year, end of the eighth year, end of the ninth year, end of the 10th year. So the amount which you deposited at the end of the first year is in the bank for 9 years. So for 9 years you will get interest on this one. For 9 years you will get interest on this one. So if you add all these values, you will get amount of your payments at the end of 10th year. So that much of amount will be in your account at the end of 10th year. This is a numerical based example. Let me give you the formula for generalizing this one. Because every time it is not possible to calculate the individual values. What will be the value of 2000 which is deposited at the end of the first year will become at the end of 10th year. This way when I go for individual calculations, it is more time consuming. Only one formula you need which will give you the accumulated value. Only one formula you want, that is the generalized result to get this. This is end of the nth year. This way you have payments. End of the first year, end of the second year, n payments are given by you. Now this R will become R only. There is no interest you will get on this one. It is on the end of the nth year, means last working day of the nth year, let us take deposited. The payment preceding to this one is in the bank for 1 year. Let us take rate of interest is I%. This value will become 1 plus I whole. R into 1 plus I whole to the power of 1. The payment preceding to this is in the bank for 2 years, because every payment you are comparing with the end of nth year. Every payment you are comparing with end of nth year. So for 2 years you will get interest on this. So it will become R into 1 plus I whole square. Next payment R into 1 plus I whole power 3, etc. R into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. This first payment will become R into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. So amount is equal to R plus R into 1 plus I, R into 1 plus I whole square, etc. plus R into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. N payments are there. This series is in geometric progression. This series is in geometric progression with the common ratio is equal to 1 plus I, and the first term is equal to R. So what is the formula for sum in a geometric progression? A into R power n minus 1 by R minus 1. So A is first term, R. 1 plus I whole power n minus 1, n payments are given, divided by R minus 1, common ratio minus 1, 1 plus I minus 1, plus 1 minus 1 cancel. So with this formula you can find out the accumulated value. With this formula you can calculate the accumulated value for all your payments. R is equal to size of each payment. Here capital R is size of each payment. I is equal to rate of interest which is used for calculations. N is equal to number of payments given. Okay, have a look on this one, then I'll go for numerical questions. Look at the first question. A man deposits rupees 700 at the end of every year in his bank account at 7% per annum compound interest. At 7% per annum compound interest. Compounded annually. Compounded annually. How much will be his savings? How much will be his savings in 7 years? This is my question. How much will be his savings in 7 years? This is the numerical problem I have. Let us see. Solution. Now first notice this point. At the end of every year, when equal payments are made at the end of equal intervals of time, it is an ordinary annuity concept. It is an ordinary annuity concept. Again, I am repeating this point. Equal payments are deposited in a bank at the end of equal intervals of time. So it is an ordinary annuity concept. Since you are depositing your money in a bank, you will receive interest also. Therefore, it is related to amount, accumulated value. R is equal to rupees 700. N is equal to 7 years. I is equal to 0.07. Amount is equal to question mark. Amount is equal to R by I into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. So this is 700 divided by 0.07 into 1.07 whole power 7 minus 1. Look at this. We can do all the calculations on calculator. First, 1.07 to the power 7. 1.07 into, immediately you will get 1 on the left hand side corner. Plus is equal to, till this 1 will become 8. You will get 1.60578147646. So this is simplified. Minus 1, you will get a value. So this is also simplified. Means 1 is subtracted from this value. It is multiplied with 700 into 700 is equal to. So numerator is simplified. Divided by 0.07. So divided by 0.07. This is equal to 6057.814 is equal to rupees 6057.814. So this will be his savings. in some years. Okay. Let's see the next question. Question number 2. A bank pays interest at the rate of 8% compounded semi-annually if a person places rupees 4,000 in the bank at the end of every 6 months, at the end of 6 months, at the end of every 6 months, how much will be in his account? How much will be in his account after 4 years? How much will be in his account after 4 years? This is my question. A bank pays interest at the rate of 8% compounded semi-annually. So nominal rate of interest is 8%. The rate of interest which is used for calculations is 0.04. The rate of interest which is used for calculations is 0.04. Now in 1 year, this person is depositing in a bank 2 times. In 1 year, 2 deposits, because each deposit of him is at the end of every 6 months. So how many payments are given by him? T into 2. 4 into 2, 8. 8 times a deposit. Now R is equal to how much he is depositing? R is equal to rupees 4,000. How much will be in his account? So amount is equal to R by I into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. This is 4,000 divided by 0.04. 1.04 whole power 8 minus 1. One 1.04 into power should be raised to 8 minus 1. This is simplified into 4,000 is equal to divided by 0.04. So this is 36,000 rupees, 36,856.90. So the accumulated value is equal to 36,856.90. This is the value in his account, amount in his account. Now let's go to the next question. Next question number 3. Find the amount of an annuity of rupees 600 at the end of every 3 months for 3 years at the rate of 8% compounded quarterly. Now look at the solution here. It is given in the question amount of annuity. What is the size of your payment? It is rupees 600. A person is depositing 600 in a bank at the end of every 3 months. So n is equal to t into 4. 3 into 4, this is 12. Annual rate of interest is 0.08. So the actual rate of interest which is used for calculations 0.02. The actual rate of interest which is used for calculations is 0.02. So amount is equal to R by I into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. 600 divided by 0.02 whole to the power of 12 minus 1. Whole to the power of 12 minus 1. When you simplify this, what you will get? Rupees 8047.25. Rupees 8047.25. This is the value you will get. Okay, let's see the next question. Rupees 200 is invested. Rupees 200 is invested. At the end of each month, in an account paying interest at 6% compounded monthly. What is the future value of this annuity after 10th payment? After 10th payment. Look at the question. 200 rupees is invested at the end of each month. So size of your investment, that is here it is rupees 200. Size of your deposit is rupees 200. Nominal rate of interest is 0.06. The rate of interest which is used for calculations 0.005. N is equal to 10. How many payments are given? 10. So amount is equal to 200 divided by 0.005. 1.005 whole power 10 minus 1. 1.005 whole power 10 minus 1. So when you simplify this, how much you will get? Rupees 2045.60. Rupees 2045.60. This is the value of the annuity, future value of the annuity. Next question. Find the amount of annuity find the amount of an annuity certain of rupees 150 for 12 years at 3.5% per annum compound interest. Look at this, sir. R is equal to 150. How much you are depositing? 150. How many years? 12 years. There is no conversion. 0.035. Rate of interest is 0.035. Amount is equal to 150 divided by 0.035. 1.035 whole power 12 minus 1. So this is when you simplify 1.035 whole power 12 minus 1 into 150 by 0.035. What you will get? Rupees 2190.29. 2190.29. Let's see the next question. If the amount of annuity after 25 years at 5% per annum compound interest is rupees 50,000. Find the size of the annuity. Find the size of the annuity. Find the size of the annuity. Let us see this time what is given. N is given as 25. I is equal to 0.05. Amount is given 50,000. Accumulated value is 50,000. Now R is equal to question mark. Amount is equal to R into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 by I. Implies R is equal to A into I by 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. So this is 50,000 into 0.05 divided by 1.05 whole power 25 minus 1. Now let us see. First 1.05 to the power 25. 1.05 into, as and when you press into, you will get 1 on the left hand side corner. Press is equal to, till this 1 will become 26. Now it is 3.386354 minus 1. This 1 is subtracted from this value. So you have a value on your screen. Put M plus button. Press M plus button. It means that simplified value is stored in the memory. Now go to the numerator. 50,000 into 0.05 is equal to 2,500. It should be divided by this. Already simplified value of denominator is stored in the memory. So is divided by MRC is equal to. So 1047.62. 1047.62. This is rupees 1047.62. 1047.62. Now let's see the next question. How much amount is required? How much amount is required to be invested every year? Every year, so as to accumulate rupees 3 lakhs at the end of 10 years. At the end of 10 years, if interest is compounded annually, at 10%. Interest is compounded annually at 10%. This is my question. Now look at the question. What is given? Accumulated value is given. So amount is equal to rupees 3 lakhs. N is equal to 10. I is equal to 0.10. R is equal to question mark. So you can write R is equal to amount into I divided by 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. So this is 3 lakhs into 0.10 by 1.1 whole power 10 minus 1. Look at this. 1.1 into its power should be raised to 10. 1.1 into, as and when you press 1 into sign, on the left hand side corner you will get 1, press is equal to sign till this number will become 11. Whatever value you have on the screen, from this you have to subtract 1, minus 1. Now the value obtained on your screen you have to save, so put M plus, press M plus button. It means this value is transferred to memory plus. Now go to the numerator. 3 lakhs into 0.10 is equal to 30,000 is obtained. This 30,000 should be divided by the value in the denominator, divided by MRC is equal to. So this is equal to rupees 18,823.618. 18,823.618. Next question. Question number 8. Given annuity of rupees 100 amounts to rupees 3137.2.12 at 4.5% per annum compound interest. The number of years will be. The number of years will be. You have to calculate number of years. Now look at this. R is equal to 100. Amount is equal to 3137.12. I is equal to 0.045. N is question mark. This time N value, number of years you have to calculate. It means in how many number of years 100 rupees will become 3137.12. 100 rupees will become means for that many number of years, at the end of each year 100 rupees you are depositing, because it is an annuity concept. Now amount is equal to R by I into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. So AI by R is equal to 1 plus I whole power n minus 1. 1 plus AI by R. Now let me substitute the values. 1.045 whole power n 1 plus 3137.12 into 0.045 divided by 100. This is 3137.12 into 0.045 is equal to divided by 100 plus 1. This is 2 point. Right hand side this is 2.4117 It is 1.045 whole power n. So n is equal to log 2.4117 divided by log 1.045. Now let us see the log value. This is 0.24 under 1, mean difference 2. 3824 divided by 0.0191. Look at this point 3824, 0.3824 divided by 0.0191, 20.02, approximated to 20 years. Answer is 20 years. Okay, remaining problems I'll do in the next session. Thank you.